Are you tired of the same old grilled salmon? Let's face it, we all love a good salmon dish, but grilling it time and again can become a bit monotonous. Welcome to a world beyond the grill, a place where your favorite fish takes on new flavors, textures, and cooking techniques. Today, we're going to delve into 3 innovative ways to prepare and enjoy salmon, no grill required. First, we'll be exploring the gentle art of poaching, a method that preserves the delicate flavor of the fish while keeping it wonderfully moist. Next, we'll dive into baking, a versatile technique that allows for a myriad of flavor combinations. And finally, we'll heat things up with pan searing, a quick and easy approach that gives your salmon a delightful crispy exterior. So if you're ready to elevate your salmon game, stick around. You're in for a treat. First up, let's delve into the art of poaching salmon. Poaching salmon might sound like a culinary art form best left to the professionals, but I assure you, it's a technique that's well within the reach of home cooks everywhere. With just a few key steps, you'll be on your way to a perfectly poached salmon that's tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. So, how do we go about this? Well, it all starts with a good piece of salmon. Look for a fresh, vibrant colored piece with a firm texture. Once you've got your salmon, it's time to prepare your poaching liquid. This is where you can get creative. The poaching liquid, or courbouillon if you're feeling fancy, is a flavorful broth that will infuse the salmon as it cooks. It typically includes ingredients such as water, white wine, onions, carrots, celery, and a bouquet garni of herbs. You'll want to bring this flavorful broth to a simmer over medium heat. The key here is to maintain a gentle simmer. A rolling boil is too aggressive and can break apart the salmon. While your broth is simmering, season your salmon with salt and pepper, then gently lower it into the simmering poaching liquid. If the salmon isn't fully submerged, add a bit more broth or water. The cooking time will depend on the size of the salmon, but generally, it should take about 10 to 15 minutes for a 1-inch thick fillet. As the salmon poaches, it gently cooks, absorbing the flavors of the broth and maintaining its moisture. The result is an incredibly tender and juicy piece of fish. This is the beauty of poaching. It's a gentle method of cooking that truly allows the salmon's flavor to shine. Remember, poaching isn't just about cooking the salmon. It's about infusing it with flavor. So, don't shy away from experimenting with different ingredients in your poaching liquid. Try adding citrus, different herbs, or even spices to really make it your own. And there you have it, a perfectly poached salmon that's packed with flavor. Next, we move into the realm of baked salmon. Now this is where things can get really exciting. Baking is a method that opens up a world of possibilities, allowing us to play around with a myriad of flavors and textures. First things first, let's talk about the process. Baking salmon is a fairly straightforward method that involves cooking the fish in an oven, typically at a high temperature. This high heat works to seal in the flavors, while also creating a wonderfully crispy exterior that contrasts beautifully with the tender, flaky meat inside. What makes baking truly stand out, though, is its versatility when it comes to flavoring. Because the salmon is enclosed in a heated environment, it becomes a blank canvas, ready to absorb whatever flavors you choose to introduce. This could be a simple spice rub, a zesty marinade, or even a sweet glaze. The options are endless and only limited by your own culinary creativity. Take, for example, a classic lemon and dill combination. The tangy citrus and the fresh herbaceous notes from the dill marry perfectly with the salmon, enhancing its natural flavors without overpowering them. Or maybe you prefer something with a bit more kick. A spicy Cajun rub would do just the trick, lending the salmon a fiery heat that is both tantalizing and addictive. But it's not just about flavor. Baking can also be a healthier alternative to frying. It requires little to no additional fat, meaning you can enjoy your salmon guilt-free. Plus, it's a great way to ensure that the salmon retains its valuable nutrients as it's cooked gently and evenly. So whether you're a seasoned home cook or a novice in the kitchen, don't be intimidated. Baking salmon is a simple yet effective way to create a delicious meal. All it takes is a bit of preparation, a hot oven, and a touch of patience. So with a hot oven and a bit of patience, you can achieve a deliciously baked salmon. Lastly, we explore the technique of pan-searing salmon. This method is a crowd pleaser because it combines the best of both worlds, a tantalizingly crispy exterior with an interior that remains tender and juicy. It's a bit like having your cake and eating it too, only, in this case, we're talking about a perfectly cooked piece of salmon. The process begins by patting the salmon dry with a paper towel. This step is crucial as it ensures that the heat from the pan goes into searing the fish, not evaporating the water. Next, season the fish on both sides. You can keep it simple with salt and pepper, or you can get creative with herbs and spices. It's your culinary canvas, so feel free to paint it with flavors that you love. Now onto the pan. Pick a heavy-bottomed one that can distribute heat evenly. Preheat it on medium-high heat until it's hot enough that a drop of water sizzles on contact. Once it's at the right temperature, add a bit of oil. We're not deep frying here, so a little goes a long way. Swirl the oil around to evenly coat the pan. It's time to introduce the salmon to the pan. Lay the fillets skin side down. This is where the magic happens. The skin will get crispy and act as a barrier, keeping the interior of the salmon moist and tender. After about 4 to 5 minutes, flip the salmon over and cook it for another 2 to 3 minutes. Remember, controlling the heat is key. You want to sear the fish, not burn it. The result? A beautifully seared salmon with a crisp exterior and a tender, flaky interior. The contrast between the two textures is a delightful surprise with every bite. And the best part? This pan-searing brilliance can be achieved right in your own kitchen. So with a hot pan and a little bit of oil, you can create a heavenly pan-seared salmon. And there you have it, 3 creative and delicious ways to enjoy salmon beyond the grill. Let's do a quick recap. First, we dived into the art of poaching, a method that promises a tender and juicy result every time. It's a unique way to enjoy salmon that's both easy and delectable. Next, we ventured into the world of baking. This method allows for a variety of flavors to be infused into the fish, creating a healthier dish that doesn't skimp on taste. It's a versatile method that can be tailored to suit any palate. Finally, we explored the brilliance of pan searing. This method gives you that irresistible, crispy exterior while keeping the interior tender and flavorful. It's a perfect balance of textures that's sure to impress. Thank you for joining us on this culinary journey. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Until next time, keep exploring new ways to enjoy your favorite foods.